Maybe if I turn on my mic. Yeah? How you guys doing today? Excited? You're excited, I can tell. Look at that smile on your face. You're ready to go, right? Yeah. So hello, people. I'm here. I'm glad you're here because I'm here, right? And we're ready to have some fun to find out how we can live with courage. Does anybody have a guess how we can live with courage? Who can give us courage? You sure? Is that your final answer? You're correct. God can give us courage. That's right. I know it's not always easy to face your fears. I've got my own fears. Anybody can guess what my fear is? What? Pizza? No. No. What? Yes, I am afraid of the dark. Yes, I do. As soon as the lights go out, I think there's something under my bed, something in my closet. And that's silly, right? Because we know there's nothing that lives under our bed, right? Maybe my little brother or something like that, but that's about it. So we know nothing lives in our closets, nothing lives in our beds or under our beds. So, but yeah, I had brothers that were pretty good about pranking, but hey, courage is being brave enough to do what you should do even when you're afraid. Who's ever been afraid of something? Like maybe it was your first time to play sports. No, you're ready to go. There was nothing that could stop you, right? What? Oh, my button don't work for some reason. I am scared of the dark. I'm praying right now to give me courage so I can finish the rest of the service off without screaming. I would say like a little girl, but I don't want to offend any little girls in here by saying I scream like a little girl. I scream like Matthew. All right, so we're learning about courage is being brave enough to do what you should do even when you're afraid. Who's ever been afraid of something? Whether it's a new sport, maybe your first time at a new school, or you know, you had to go up and introduce yourself to somebody because you wanted to make a friend. I mean, you get sweaty palms, you get all nervous, you don't know what to say. Ooh, yeah, presentations in front of the entire, who loves talking in front of the class? Do you like talking in front of the class? How about you? Do you like talking in front of class? No, neither do I. Do you guys like, well, I was going to say, you guys don't like to talk in front of class, but you like to talk during class. Oh, you talk in front of the class? It takes a lot of courage to stand up in front of a lot of people and talk to them. To me, I don't have courage. It's humility. Because look at Mr. Jeans trying to dress up like a superhero today to show you guys what courage is about. Sometimes you have to wear a cape. It happens to show a little courage and stuff like that. Have you guys ever worn a cape and just run around the house thinking that you're a superhero? Slip on a towel, your whoopee. Why are you smiling? You just don't want to give up your secret, huh? All right, but hey, we got to remember, you don't have to wear a cape and have superpowers to have courage. You have God in your life. God will be good enough to make you strong, brave, give you the courage, the wisdom to face anything in life, whether it's meeting new friends or starting at a new school or passing your math test or your first time playing soccer. God's going to give you the courage to get through that moment, and you can do what you should do even when things seem impossible. Who's ever faced something impossible and they still defeated it? There you go. Was it that hard? You just pray to God, you suck it up, just pound it out. And you know what happens? If you don't do it the first time, you can always try again, right? Land a front flip, and you're not going to be able to do it the first time, right? You're going to have to practice at it. But one of these days, you're going to nail it, and then after that, you'll never stop nailing it. You can nail it whenever you want. But it takes practice. It takes you to get past that fear. It takes you to get courage to do the impossible, whether it's doing a front flip or learning how to ride a skateboard to do a kick flip or something like that. But hey, what you can do what you should do even when things seem impossible. And that's right, courage helps us to do the right thing even when it seems impossible. And I'm so excited to talk more about this. So let's get on to our prayer time, get on to our game. I think we were going to deal with watermelon ranchers today. So dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this opportunity to be able to share the good news with all these great kids here. May they take today's story, share it with their friends and their family so they can tell them what God has done in their lives, will do in their lives, and what God can do in your friends' lives. This is our opportunity to be able to disciple to all of our friends out there. And I just lift everything up and I pray everything in Jesus' name. And everybody says, all right, you guys ready for a game? Who likes watermelon? I love watermelon.
I'm Wyatt Armilan, owner of the biggest watermelon ranch this side of the Rio Grande.
Wyatt Armilan.
You're just in time to play one of my favorite games here at the ranch. In just a second, you're gonna see big old pile of watermelons. Now, there's gonna be something cool behind all them melons. As soon as you figure out what it is, just shout it out.
What?
All right, let's get to it.
Watermelon. Oh, no. What's me? What? Honeycomb?
Remember, just shout it out if
Some
you know what
beeswax?
it is.
Yes. Honeycomb.
It's
Yum, yum, yum.
beeswax. Now,
There you go.
that reminds me. Here's a little hint to help you out. All the items hidden behind these melons rhyme with a book of the Bible. For
Really?
example, beeswax reminds me of the book of Acts.
No, I
let's try
totally missed
another.
that joke. You sure? What does shoes have to do with the Bible?
What is it? It's tennis shoes! For some reason, tennis shoes always make me think of the book of Hebrews.
Nah.
I think y'all are getting the hang of this.
But what kind of pie? You sure? A banana pie?
Ooh, I think I know what this is. Do you?
A cherry pie!
It's cherry pie! Yummy! I do love a nice slice of cherry pie when I'm reading the book of Malachi.
Didn't get it. You sure? I don't know. I think it's my brain. Cucumber.
What do you think this is? It's cucumbers! Now, we also grow a lot of cucumbers here on the ranch. And every time I'm counting the cucumbers, it reminds me of the book of Numbers.
Nope. There you go. Is it a service station?
What are we looking at here? It's a gas station! Oh, I tell you what, every time I take the old truck to fill her up at the gas station, I can't help but think of the book of Revelation. Alrighty, looks like we're on our last pile of watermelons.
Bad jokes. Watermelon. But what kind of chocolate? Nope. No, come on.
I know what we've got
Fudge.
here. Do you? It's fudge.
Fudge.
And I don't know about you, but I can't help but think of the book of Judges whenever I'm taste testing different fudges. Well, I hope y'all come back now and play this game again with us real soon.
Come back, y'all. You guys ready to worship? Because I'm ready to worship. Here we go. Everybody stand up. Come on.
When I wake up, I know that you are with me every step of the way. You're strong enough to handle any fear that I face. Even things that scare me, 'cause they seem too big. Even all the hard things that make me wanna quit. You're bigger than it all, and you're in charge of it. And I don't feel so worried when I look to you, Jesus. Your love is unforgettable. Your strength is undeniable. With you, nothing is impossible. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. when I look at how great you are. Your kindness helps me believe that you are good, that you are good, and with you I can do anything. Even things that scare me, cause they seem too big. Even all the hard things that make me wanna quit. You're bigger than it all, and you're in charge of it. And I don't feel so worried when I look to you, Jesus. Your love is unforgettable. Your strength is undeniable. With you, nothing is impossible. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. Your love is unforgettable. Your strength is undeniable. With you, nothing is impossible. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave.
Great job, girls. Oh, I love this memory verse. Be strong, be brave. Don't be afraid. Don't lose hope. I am the Lord your God. I will be with you everywhere you go. So what does that tell you? He's going to be everywhere where you go, right? Is there any place that you can hide from him, Matthew? No. Is there any reason to hide from him? No, there's no reason to hide from God. But he'll be there wherever you're at. Whether you're sleeping, you're on vacation, you're at Disneyland, you're at the beach, God's going to be with you wherever you go. Is he there on holidays? You sure? New Year's? Your birthday? Christmas? Halloween? All right, so that means that he's there 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. He's always there. And I want you guys to say these after me. And I want you guys to say it with some courage. So, all right, be strong and brave. Don't be afraid. Don't lose hope. I am the Lord your God. I will be with you everywhere you go. And you can find that in Joshua 1:9b in nerve. Yeah, I got some nerve today. But hey, be strong and brave. Don't be afraid. Don't lose hope. And that applies to everything in your life, whether you're playing sports or it's the first time meeting a friend, or maybe you're getting ready to go to college. I don't know, some of you guys might be going to college or start your first job. Always rely on this memory verse. God's always going to be there to protect you, give you wisdom, strength, courage, and there's no reason to lose hope because God's always going to be with you. So with that said, you guys ready for today's Bible story? I think Captain Anxiety is going to be here today.
Oh, hey! Brandon, you will not believe what I just found.
What?
The multiverse!
The multiverse? What is the multiverse?
Oh, come on, you know, like in the movies.
Oh, you mean that place that has like an infinite amount of universes with infinite versions of ourselves? There's no way that place is real. That looks like a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, in this universe.
Let me see that.
What? No. Oh! Brandon, what did you do? You just broke the multiverse.
John, for the last time, there's no such thing as
The multiverse!
things just got out of hand.
Welcome to the So-and-So Show.
I'm Brandon, that's John, and we are excited about today's show.
Yes, we are, because we're talking about courage.
That's right, and today we have a very special guest, and I have to say, I am extremely excited about this. I'm a big fan. I even brought along, I brought the, oh man, I forgot something that I want him to sign. I'll be right back, cover for me. I'll be right back.
I guess I'll just, Was that a knock at the door? Brandon, I think he's here. Okay, please welcome someone who knows stuff. Someone who knows stuff. Someone who knows stuff? Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to come in
Oh, indubitably.
and have a seat?
Oh, yes, that would be most appreciated.
Now?
Oh, ha, yeah, yes, of course. Thank you, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Let's see, where do I begin? So many choices. What if I mess up? I don't. Whoa. Most appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry. But what did you say your name was?
It's John.
Ah, thank you, Super John. Or do you prefer John Man?
Just John is fine.
Very good. Just John. Thank you for the hospitality. Actually, do you know why I've been summoned? I'm not going to have to do anything serious or alarming, am I?
Oh, no, I don't think so. My friend Brandon, he's a huge fan of yours, and he just thought we'd, have you on the show to talk about courage and being a superhero.
I see.
Why don't we start with TR and what you know?
Oh, right, that would be splendid.
Yes.
I am Captain Anxiety, and I know many, many very heroic things.
Great. Tell us why it's important to have courage when you're a superhero.
Absolutely. Courage. You know, that's not really my strong suit. It's not my speciality, if you will. I am more of a person who likes to run, hide, and scream like a fainting goat.
Like, oh.
That's really my modus operandi, if you will.
There's lots of ways to stand up for what's right.
You are correct, Just John. For instance, I like to make sure no one does any over-squeezing of the avocados in the grocery store. You can make sure they're ripe, but any more than that and you've crossed the line.
Sure. Looking out for those that don't have a voice in our society is an incredible way to stand up for others and show courage. So what do you usually tell the over-squeezers?
Yeah. I don't usually say anything. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. So what I do is usually stare at them with my ubiquitous eyes of judgment. That usually elicits the desired response.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Don't take this the wrong way. You just seem to be a little, scared to be a superhero.
Not a truer word was spoken, Just John. But fear should not deter one from being heroic. A hero should endeavor to do what's right despite his or her fear. At least, that's what I read whilst perusing the Hero's Handbook.
Oh.
You can have that. I have many.
Oh.
I even signed it.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes.
Brandon's gonna be so sorry he missed you, but thank you so much for coming on the show today. You were very, very enlightening.
Oh.
Yes.
Anytime, Just John. Tell your friend, hello from me,
All right.
Captain Anxiety. I depart.
Ah. It opens inward. You
This
pull it.
barrier has been placed here by my arch nemesis.
Yes. Here, hold on a second. Nope.
Ah,
There you go.
much appreciated, Just John.
Sure.
Doors are my kryptonite. Also, pickle jars are my kryptonite. And I'm not so fond of, kryptonite. But no matter. I depart.
Oh, watch out for that parking meter. Okay.
Is he here?
Oh, you just missed him.
What? Oh, man. I knew I was taking too long. What did he say?
He talked about, when he first came in, he was really nervous.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and scared. But he had some amazing things to say about not letting his fears keep him from being a hero.
Well, he is Captain Anxiety after all. I knew he'd be a great guest.
Oh, he also told me to tell you, hello. Yeah? And he gave me this to give to you.
The Hero's Handbook. Oh, and he signed it. Apprehensively yours, Captain Anxiety. This is the greatest day of my life.
Oh. It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys, I gotta say, Captain Anxiety was something special.
That's a good way to put it. What have you got for us today?
Well, as Captain Anxiety demonstrated, sometimes heroes aren't the ones you usually think of. That's what today's story is all about, and we're gonna tell it with Laundry Theater! Today's story comes from the book of 1 Samuel in the Old Testament. The Israelites had a king named King Saul, but instead of doing what God wanted him to do, Saul did what Saul wanted to do. So God decided there should be a new king and told one of his prophets, a priest named Samuel, to go and find one. So Samuel traveled to Bethlehem to meet with a man named Jesse. He informed him that one of his sons would be the new king of Israel. Now the first son, Eliab, definitely looked like a king. And Samuel thought this had to be the one. But God spoke to Samuel and said, do not consider how handsome or tall he is. People look at the outside of a person, but the Lord looks at what is in the heart. He will not be the new king. Jesse had 6 other sons stand in front of Samuel, but God told Samuel that none of these would be king either. Samuel asked Jesse if he had any other sons, and Jesse sent for his youngest, David, who was out tending the sheep. Now, David was extremely young and smelled of animals. He was far from looking like a king. But once again, God looked in David's heart instead of his appearance and knew that this would be the next king. Now, David was not king yet. He was still tending his father's sheep. And King Saul, well, he had no clue that a new king had even been lined up. You see, Saul was busy trying to stop an invasion from the Israelite enemies, the Philistines, and Saul had run into a problem. A 9-foot tall problem named Goliath. Goliath was a soldier for the Philistines, and every day Goliath would walk down into an open field and offer a challenge of single combat to any Israelite. If anyone could defeat Goliath, the Israelites would win the war. Unfortunately, the Israelites were terrified, and no one was brave enough to face Goliath. This went on for 40 days in a row. Finally, David was sent to the front lines of the battle to bring his brothers some food. When David arrived, he heard Goliath's challenge, and he was angry that no one had offered to fight him. When King Saul heard that David was volunteering, he sent for him, but quickly told David that he was way too young. But David insisted. He told Saul that he had fought lions and bears to protect his father's sheep, and that he would fight this giant to protect Israel. God had saved him from wild beasts, and God would save him from Goliath. So Saul agreed and let him face the giant, and he gave David his own armor to wear. But it didn't fit. Instead, David went to the riverbed and chose 5 smooth, small stones to be his only protection. The next time Goliath made his challenge, David stepped right in front of him and faced the giant. Goliath made fun of David, but David stood his ground, and he said, "You come against me with a sword, but I come against you in the name of the Lord, and he will give me victory over you." As Goliath charged, David took a stone from his pocket, and he flung it with everything he had and hit the giant. The stone hit its mark, and Goliath and the Philistines were defeated. David had faced his fears and proved that it is the hero's heart that matters, not the size. The end.
Well, I guess David had practiced going up against lions and bears, so maybe Goliath wasn't as frightening to him as he was to the other Israelites?
Lions and giants and bears, oh my! Never mind.
David also had practiced asking God for help. God had gotten him through some tough spots before, so David knew nothing was impossible with God.
David and Captain Anxiety have something in common. They both might not look like superheroes, but it's what you do and what's in your heart that's the test of a true hero.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Kellen. Awesome story.
Thank you. And until next time...
Well, that was unexpected.
Do you think Captain Anxiety ever had to face a lion or a bear or something that seemed impossible?
No. But it's time for us to reveal the question.
What seems impossible to you?
Oh, okay. I remember in school there would be tests that I was 100% sure were impossible to pass, but I would study and practice.
Then you would pass?
Not all the time, but the studying gave me the courage to take the test and know that I had done my best.
Well said.
Thank you.
When something comes up that seems impossible to me, I like to remember God's faithfulness in the past. It helps me face what I think is impossible now, because I know that I'm not alone and God is with me.
Indubitably.
That's a big word for you.
No, I learned it from Captain Anxiety.
Oh, he's the best.
He is all right.
I guess that's it for today. We'll see you next week for a brand new show.
Woo! You know who my favorite superhero is?
Who's that?
Guess.
Captain Anxiety. Look into a mirror. And tell yourself, you are loyal and give constant support and allegiance. This is true. I am very loyal, particularly to my table tennis team. Unless we're playing the Paddington Paddlers, they are frighteningly above average. Tell yourself, you have determination. You show firmness of purpose. Firmness. It's rather squishy. I'll move on. Tell yourself, you are selfless. You are more concerned with the needs and troubles of others than you are for yourself. This is also true. Unless the troubles have to do with big, scary people, or animals, or bugs, or oversized rocks and twigs, sometimes smaller rocks. I'm not a big fan of dirt or dust. Did you know dust is made up of human skin? Ew! Did you know that? Terrifying. See, look, there's some right there. That could be you. Ah! This is where dust is born.
Ugh, that is gross. Did you guys know that most of dust is made up of human skin? Ugh. No? Well, now you know. You learned something new at church today that wasn't biblical, that most dust that we breathe in is human skin. Ugh. But hey, we're learning you can do what you should do even when things seem impossible. And I think it's so cool that David didn't need King Saul's armor up against Goliath. David knew that God would help him, protect him, and we already knew that he protected the sheep from lions and bears. Oh my, right? So, of course, David knew that God would protect him. David trusted God. He believed that God was with him, and that's why he was able to be so courageous against a 9-foot giant. We're going to find out on the other side. I marked the walls. You can actually see how tall Goliath was compared to David. David was probably like maybe a little bit shorter than me. He wasn't a very tall person. He was a young man. But hey, before we learn more about this small group, we're going to pray so we can learn more about courage. Because Matthew needs it, right? So, God, I want to help us remember that you are always with us, just like you were with David. Each of us in this room has faced things in life that seem impossible. Maybe we're facing one of those things right now. Please give us the strength, the courage we need to do what we should do. Even when it's hard, we love you. We ask these things in Jesus' name, and everybody says, amen. All right, you guys are dismissed to the other side. But remember, there's groups over